What's going on, friends and family? This is Terrence Manning. I am your host of My Thoughts Uncut. Today, we're going to talk about Jasmin Crockett. She was recently on the podcast, and of course, all she did was lie, didn't really answer questions, and she tried to blame Trump for everything. We're going to take a look at what she said. Let's go.
Right. And so you're talking about the lack of qualifications. They have somehow tried to do everything that they can to make the face of all inadequacies be people of color, basically anybody that's not white, male, straight, and probably rich.
Here we go, race baiting once again.
Everybody else supposedly is inferior in some way. Again, this white supremacy ideology. But when you look at it, I may be an amazing attorney, and frankly, I would say I am. I get sit in a courtroom, okay?
The way she speaks does not sound like she would be an amazing attorney. And I'll let you know what college she went to later on in this video.
Let the record reflect.
Yes, let the record reflect. But you don't want to see me in the operating room. That's not where my training came from, right? Exactly. So the fact that you take a podcaster and you make him over the FBI.
She's talking about Dan Mangione. Dan Mangione was a New York police officer from 95 to 99, 2000. Then after that, he became a U.S. Secret Service agent for over 10 years. He also has master's and bachelor's degree in, I believe, psychology. And he also has his master's in BA, business administration. So this man is very intelligent. He is very educated. And he also served in law enforcement for over 10 to 15 years. So I'm not sure how he's not qualified, as she would say.
The fact that you take a wrestling woman and you make her over education. I mean,
What happened to women empowerment? She's talking about Linda McMahon, who, along with her husband, formed the biggest company entertainment-wise, wrestling, WWE. She also was an administrator for the Small Business Administration back in 2017, I believe. But hey, what happened to woman empowerment? I guess it only counts if you're in the Democratic Party.
I do want people to recognize what's happening, or all these Fox News hosts, and throwing them into, like you played a judge for a while on TV or something, and so now you the U.S.
What's going on with this woman? What happened? What's going on with all this woman empowerment, woman this, woman that? But so far, she's been talking negatively about these women that have these high roles in the administration currently. And she's talking about Janine Pirro. She was a former judge, an actual judge. So I'm not sure. And I think she was the first female county and district attorney back in her Westchester County, I believe. So all this rhetoric she's spewing is negative, and there's no empowerment for her own women. She should be applauding these women.
Attorney prosecuting people. Like, I mean, it is absolutely insane.
We laugh, but that's a real thing that's out here happening in the United States of America.
These are very real things. When we see what is happening at the Department of Transportation, when we see all these near misses, when we see that we are constantly plagued with planes being down and not being able to take off. I mean, we've gotten to the point that
you shouldn't have
people
DEI.
are not connecting the dots, in that they are intentionally
it.
trying to dumb down and reduce the amount of positive influence that these people have by making sure you don't have anybody disqualified. So they are literally making it seem as if these are jobs that anybody can do. So I'm gonna just throw random people in, and they are putting us all in harm's way. And I need people to understand that your whiteness ain't gonna be able to save you from some of the hell that we are experiencing, whether it is the tariffs and the cost, whether it is.
So your whiteness isn't going to be able to save you. What is she talking about? And then she mentions the tariffs. Oh, the tariffs that actually pay for WIC program. Yeah, the tariffs that they all claim wouldn't work. President Trump used that to pay for the WIC program.
The economy and the lack of jobs. Like, you have to decide when you are going to say, you know what, forget everything else. I just want actual qualifications. And if everyone decided to look at resumes and ignore everything else, there was only one conclusion. I'm not saying this because I'm a Democrat. I'm saying this because I literally gave a
You're
speech
saying
at
this
the
because you're
DNC
ignorant.
where I talked about how one had a resume and the other one had a rap sheet.
Mm-hmm.
And in the real world.
So you claim that Trump had a rap sheet, but your party seems to allow all these people to go into jails and come back out, and you say they have just, mental cases. They need help mentally. They're good people. No, you can't use that for one and not the other.
You put those two resumes down for any job, whether it's at Walmart or Target, which whether you put it down for one of the two, I can tell you which one not gonna get the job.
Speaking of resumes, and
see, the thing about her is she keeps downplaying Trump like he's not a great businessman. He's a multi-billionaire. That doesn't happen overnight. People say, oh, well, his dad gave him some money. His dad gave him between $1 million and $5 million. And for him to make that and to turn that into billions of dollars, the return on investment is incredible. Tell me anybody that can do that. We have athletes that make a ton of money while they're playing. Do they use that money and become billionaires? Two people I know of, Jordan and LeBron. All these other athletes, they don't know what to do with their money. What about celebrities? Same thing. So you say all that and downplay the Mr. Trump, best president in the world. I'm not sure you know what you're talking about, Jasmin Crockett. We're going to look at another video.
Way. But I will say that transparency is absolutely not when you get a bad number on the jobs and you decide, you know what, never mind, let me just fire the person that released the numbers. Not when you have a DOJ website that ends up deleting these FBI statistics around who it is that is committing this violent crime. Like, they are not being transparent whatsoever. The fact that the
FBI posts almost daily about what they're doing, who they're arresting, how much drugs and guns they're getting out of the streets, and how many missed children that they're finding. So I'm not sure what she's talking about.
Administration has engaged in, and I'm not even going to say the administration, this president himself has engaged in somehow putting a lot of money in his pocket, and we don't fully understand how. We don't know where he is engaged in business dealings. We don't have full disclosure on his cryptocurrency. Like, it is the absolute opposite of transparency, but the corruption is on full
Is she talking about all the congressmen and women that randomly know how to be so successful in the stock market?
At a cost to people of color having real representation, people of color that will potentially lay out and fight for that person that has lost the hope, right? I have a lot of people like that in my district where I have one of the highest incarceration rates in the entire state of Texas, but I also have one of the highest poverty rates in the state of Texas as well.
So in the state of Texas, she just claimed highest rate of poverty, highest rate of criminal activity. Yet, have you ever seen her go on any other news network or podcast and talk about things that she needs or wants to get done to improve her state in the city that she actually is a district in? No, she never does. Never. I never seen her have any ideas. I never seen her when she's in Congress. She's just always talking about Trump, Trump, Trump. Never any ideas to improve the situation that her state is in. Why is that? Because she don't care. She does not care. And Black people, wake up. If she cared, she'd be talking about this more often. She would be going out and coming up with laws and ideas to go to Trump and work with him to improve the people in her state, in her district. But she doesn't do that.
And so, yeah, there are people that it doesn't matter if the Democrats are in control or the Republicans are in control, nothing ever happens for them.
Yeah.
And those are the people that say, well, what's the difference? Both parties are the same.
Well, what is the difference?
And
What
so-
is the difference?
so-
why are you, Jasmin Crockett, a Democrat?
Well,
No, seriously, what is the difference? Why are you a Democrat?
now you asking me an existential question.
No, yeah.
What people need to understand is that there is no perfect party,
No.
right? And it's a matter of which one do you more align with. I align with this idea that we don't grow from the top down, but that we grow from the bottom up, and that everybody in this country is supposed to have an opportunity.
She did not answer the question. Jasmin Crockett, why are you a Democrat? Her response was, I think that people grow from the top down. No, the bottom up. What does that mean? Why are you a Democrat? For someone who is probably independent and don't know which way to go, that would have been an excellent opportunity to tell the audience why you're a Democrat. And this is why this party is failing. They can't even articulate and give good reasons on why they are Democrats. That was a great marketing tool she could have used just now. She failed.
What does opportunity look like? Well, what did I say the key to freedom was? It is education.
Yeah.
Whatever that education looks like. Again, not someone that says you got to go and get a 4-year degree and be
It could be a
bogged down with it.
trade, right?
It can be a trade. It can be all the things, right? But like, it is education in my mind that can move you forward. And what makes us so different and so unique in this country is that it's supposed to be no matter where you came from, no matter what your background is, you can too become the richest person in the world. That is what we are supposed to be able to have. And there are certain people that have decided that there will not be an American dream, but nothing but American nightmares for certain groups of people. And so I don't side with that. I side with this idea of opportunity, whether that looks like you just have this vision of this business that you want to start. How do you access capital, right? Or whether it is recognizing the harm to, say, Black folk. Like, I am believing in real freedom and liberation for all people.
She's not saying anything right now. She didn't answer his questions. And Miss Jasmin Crockett grew up very privileged. Did you know she went to Rhodes College, which the tuition per year alone is around a little over $52,000 just for the tuition? We're not talking about all the other expenses that come along with it. So she says all this, but how about this? Why not teach people how to become business minded, how to get out of poverty? Why don't you go back to Texas and help it with education in the district that you're in? But she doesn't do that. She talks it, but she doesn't do it. We're going to go to a next clip of hers, which she's complaining about Trump again.
Talk about two more things before we let you out of here. I want to talk specifically about the budget. We know right now that there is a debate about funding the government. I've been a little bit confused because Republicans, last time I checked, are in control of the House of Representatives.
You ain't
They're in
confused.
control of the Senate, and then the president signs the bill. Okay, but I've heard people suggest that Democrats somehow have the ability to shut the government down. So can you please educate the people on what's happening?
No, you are not confused.
Okay, all right,
You are a
thank you.
lawmaker. You understand how this works. And, Republicans don't know how to count. But here's the thing. When you're in a legislative body, you control everything. So if the government shuts down, it's on y'all. Just like the last government shutdowns we had were under this same president. In fact, the longest that we've ever had in the history of this country came at the feet of this president. I don't know why so many people had amnesia when they decided to go out and vote for this again.
She's either ignorant or she is playing dumb and she just doesn't want to be truthful. Either way, it's bad because she knows that it takes 60 votes to pass the bill for the government funding. She also knows that there's 53 Republicans and there's 47 Democrats in the Senate. In order for the bill to pass, you need the Democratic side to vote yes. So, yes, you are the reason this government is in shutdown. So, stop lying to the people. Stop lying to your people. Be truthful, but they can't.
But we knew we were going to get more chaos and dysfunction. So, no, you in control. Do what you do, big boy. Let's see what happens. And so, I cast my no vote because ain't no.
There you go. I cast my no vote. If you didn't hear it, I'll rewind it again.
Boy, let's see what happens. And so, I cast my no vote because ain't nobody come at me and ask me what the people in my district need.
Right.
They didn't ask me what would look good for those in South Dallas.
Right.
They didn't ask me about that. So listen, I got people that I serve that are counting on me to do their work and to be their voice and not work for him. I don't work for him. He can't hire me. He can't fire me. The people.
You see that attitude that she has? Look at her attitude. And she's right. She does work for her people in South Dallas. But what is she doing to try to help them other than complain about Trump and talk about Trump all day? If you truly want to help your people, go talk to them. This is part of your job as congressmen and women. You have to go and talk to people that you don't agree with. He's the sitting president for the next 3+ years, 3 years, 2 months. So you're just going to sit on your ass and not work with him to try to help your people? Put your pride away. Go help the people in Dallas, South Dallas. Try to figure out things that you can do and work with the president, work with the people in the administration. That's all they do. They sit on their asses and complain about Trump. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button. Actually, a few more things. When are they going to sit down and just have an honest conversation about why they hate Trump so much? I don't know. I don't think they ever will. Because do they really hate Trump, or are they being to say they hate Trump? All right. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. I will respond to the comments. Like, subscribe for that YouTube algorithm, and I see you next time. Peace.